Nighttime Show with producer Matt Walker, producer of the Nighttime Show on the live improv Nighttime Show. And we have Dan Ahdoot with BAJILLION Properties. And he wrote an upcoming project. It's a movie. It's an amazing movie, Public Disturbance. He was on Kicking It. And your pretty face is going to hell. My name is Robbie. I'm the host guy for today. I'm the intro guy for the day. And then your host, your amazing, awesome host, Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna die.
It can only go up from there.
Mike Black just lost his job.
Wow! Yeah, no, Robbie, you got the job, pal. If that was the audition for you to be the new guy,
we've never had an intro quite like that.
Christ!
What unannounced.
I'm so glad that it was saved for me.
Yeah, really. We do
What
this
unannounced.
every once in a while, Dan. We let Robbie take over for Mike.
Is this like a community service thing? give back to the community?
He just burns down whatever progress. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm so happy that you're here.
I liked it. It was the authenticity of it. It seemed like you were very excited.
I am very excited.
Robbie is very excited.
Yeah, he's a very excitable gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I call you gentleman, but
Well, that's what my handler tells me, at least.
your handler?
Yeah, my handler.
What does that mean, buddy?
It was a bad joke.
I liked it. It meant a dog handler. I'm going to yes and.
Yeah.
I'll yes and that at the improv.
Sure.
Here we go.
Yes, and that. Yeah. Okay, you're on this show. You're on this huge. It's huge, people. It's a huge show.
Huge show.
It's huge. Okay. BAJILLION Properties. I've watched the show. It's fucking hysterical.
Thank you.
If you haven't seen it, if you are missing it, don't miss it. It is in its second season right now.
Second season comes out, I think, tomorrow?
Woo!
Yeah, and you can binge it on CISO.com.
Oh my god! So for people that don't know, tell us a little bit about CISO.
So CISO, I fucking explained this so many times.
I'm sure
this is
you
great.
do, but
no,
you don't have to
You're like,
do it.
No.
so
I swear,
it's about...
I should have like a card that just like says what it is, but it's basically NBC's version of Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the best way to describe it. It's I think $2.99 or $3.99 a month, and it's got amazing shows that are getting a lot of
Doug
heat
Stanhope's
now.
latest comedy special.
Yes, it's
Michael
got
Ian Black has a new show on there.
awesome comedy specials, and their original content is really great. And our show, I think, our show is my favorite show that I've ever worked on ever. It's so funny. It's basically a parody on $1 Million Listing, and it's the producers are the guys who did Reno 911 and Comedy Bang Bang, and it's basically Reno 911 brought back for real estate, and it's a dream.
That's awesome.
What's the deal with I mean, is it a mostly improvised show, or is there a lot of script? Is there like a light script, or
Very light script, just telling, it's the scenes are basically like, hey, you have to somehow get this guy to sign a contract by the end of the scene. Go. So, and then we go with that.
Amazing.
We'll shoot like 15-minute scenes and just whittle it down, but it's like, you get to do so much fucking improv. It's great. It's great because you don't have to memorize lines, first of all.
Oh yeah,
it's great. Yeah.
Well, how long did it take for these guys to find a home for the show? Was it a kind of did they decide to do it at CISO right away, or how did that come about?
I might butcher this a little bit, but from what I have heard, they had this show. This is what's so crazy is like the people that they had behind this show. Again, it was like Scott Aukerman, Kulap Vilaysack, Tom Lennon, Ben Garant, like heavy hitters.
These are heavy
hitters.
Yeah.
And they put together this amazing pitch, and they went to I think they went to Comedy Central first. Comedy Central said we'll pay for to do a 5-minute teaser thing so we can see what it looks like.
Sure.
They went to IFC. IFC said we'll give you a pilot. You can do a pilot. They went to CISO. CISO was like, we'll give you 2 seasons.
Amazing.
Yeah, so they were like, fuck it, let's do it. And
hell yeah.
That's the cool thing about a young network is like this is that they're going to take chances.
Absolutely.
And right away it was like boom, 16 episodes.
Well, I think
damn
crazy, right?
The networks
That's
are putting a
amazing.
lot of effort into these streaming networks now, because I mean, CBS, the new Star Trek show is going to be an internet exclusive. Like it's
Really?
just going to be on CBS streaming. Like that's
Eliza
how they're gonna do
Schlesinger
it.
has a show called Forever 31, which is very funny, and that's on I think it's ABC.
Oh, is it ABC4?
Yeah, but it's like it's dirty. Like there's a lot of language and stuff, but it's only for it's internet only.
Yeah.
I really think that's such an interesting way that things are moving. I really like it.
It just seems like so obviously the future, you know.
Well, then the really cool thing about it is they gave you 2 seasons, and it usually takes at least 1 season to get all the kinks worked out.
Yeah.
To kind of build that kind of repertoire.
Yeah, it's an amazing trust that they put in them.
And Robbie knows kinks.
Yeah.
It's the nighttime show!
Back to Robbie!
And then the producer of the show, and he wrote a movie that I think...
He's the best guy!
He's the best guy, very nice guy.
Listen, I just had my brains fucked out. What can I say?
I get it.
So, today? No?
Recently? Is that
I get it.
When?
Recently.
How long ago?
Oh, wow. Matt is really interested in my sex life.
I am. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated that somebody will fuck Robbie. I got to know about this.
Robbie, I think you're very fuckable. I will yes and your sex life.
Well, I don't know if you want to
Who
do
banged
that.
you this time, Robbie? We talked about the Uber driver
Do we
guy.
really want to go down?
No, I want to go down.
Wait, you had sex with an Uber driver?
A guy who looked like an Uber driver.
Dan,
He lost his
telling you.
virginity. His anal virginity was lost to a man
Really?
who looked like an Uber driver.
Is that true?
It's a Middle Eastern guy. Yeah.
Okay. That's what
This is a real thing.
As a Middle Eastern man, I like being described as looked like an Uber driver.
If you heard the rest of the description.
Yeah, no, that's good. Was it an Uber driver? No, it looked like an Uber driver. You know, he's Middle Eastern. Oh, sorry. Do you not see my fucking eyebrows?
Oh no! Oh, Matt, you're making bad choices.
Looks like an Uber driver.
I don't know. Well, we saw a picture,
Yeah.
and he may have been an Uber driver. He actually
We don't
may
know.
in real life.
We don't know
I
what
mean,
he did.
anyone from the Middle East may have been an Uber
That's not
driver.
But the thing that I learned, the thing that fascinates me, because I'd never heard this before, after Robbie was enjoyed by this man, he went to his freezer, pulled out an ice pack, brought it over, and put it on his ass.
Is that so?
It's very loving.
It was very nice. It was very, like
I didn't know that was a thing that people did,
It was
though.
also very hot out that day, so that's
It was in the
normal.
middle of summer. It was like
Yeah,
June
middle
or
of summer.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also presumptuous. Like, my dick is so big, it's going to hurt your ass. Here's the ass ice pack. It's shaped like an ass cheek. It's like, this fits
God.
inside.
It was my first time, and he knew it was my first time.
Yeah.
So I guess he was prepared.
He should have made like an ice
Yeah.
dildo to stick in afterwards.
Oh, whoa, hey!
Yeah.
Come on now.
We don't say ice on the show. Wait, so
we
that's
have a sponsor.
We do, actually.
Yeah. Heat.
heat. Hot dildos.
Sponsored by
Icy hot.
Sponsored by hot dildos. It's a whole different
Yeah.
show.
So Robbie, how long ago was it?
It was about 4 or 5 days ago.
Whoa,
and-
really?
And have you seen this guy before, or was this,
This is
your first time?
Oh, the new one, not the first time.
The new
Okay.
one.
Now
This
now
was-
he's just an old just an old whore
No.
around town.
Yeah. Okay. Thank. I
Was he-
appreciate. I have a lot of catching up to do. God damn it.
Was he a grinder date?
Yes.
Okay. What did he look like? Was he hot?
He was an older guy.
Okay. Well, I think you kind of like that, right? That's your thing.
Well, I mean, like, late 30s. That's a good age for me. I think.
Okay.
You know. I think that's,
Late 30s,
Late 30s, older.
guy.
I'm like, oh, fuck you.
We're in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, he was a gross old weirdo.
What do you look like?
Oh, my God.
He was like, I guess, kind of like mix of white and Hispanic. He had like frosted tips, but he was like way too.
Was it Guy Fieri?
I don't know. Like, he was like way too old. Like, he was like old, but like trying to be young and gay old kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Did he make you a quiche afterwards? Because
Yeah.
that might have been Guy Fieri.
Oh, man.
No, but I would totally do Guy Fieri.
Would you really?
I would.
Have you no standards?
Hold up, I love food.
I do too, but I
Yeah.
would never let a female Guy Fieri fuck me.
You wouldn't fuck Anne Burrell?
You would?
I'd fuck Amber.
Would you eat out?
You totally would.
I'd take him back. I didn't think about it like
Would
that.
you eat out Paula Dean for some fried chicken?
For her fried chicken?
For her fried
She
chicken.
fried you chicken, and you had to eat her out to eat the
And
chicken
she had-
afterwards?
Yeah.
I think she has a restaurant. There's a storefront. I can pay
You just go
$5.
buy it. Yeah.
I think I can
Yeah.
pay $5 for her chicken.
I'd probably rather do that. That seems. Oh, God.
Yeah, a lot of the Food Network women are like Giada De Laurentiis is gorgeous.
Yes, she's ridiculous. You know, so this is interesting. I'm actually engaged to a chef. Like
No, you're not.
Yeah, like
Are you
a
really?
real professional chef, like a TV personality-ish chef.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, she has a show on CBS called Recipe Rehab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
crap.
so
I watch
get
tons of cooking shows.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Mostly
but-
recipe rehab. Like you sit at home and just watch it. Like,
Yeah.
say, hey, check out.
Do you watch her on? Do you watch her show?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've seen it a bunch. It's a great
has
show.
she ever caught you watching your show? That happens to me sometimes.
I mean, I'm the loser who's like, it's starting now. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gideon, pay attention to me. I do that to my girlfriend constantly. Watch me on the TV now. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
been doing all the dishes.
But your
from all
show's
the
streaming.
food
You can
that
watch it
eat.
whenever. You don't have to
Yes,
have, you don't have to be
exactly.
like, hurry up, sit down. Like, you
No, but
take
when
time.
I press play and it goes through the commercials,
Oh.
she better be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she better be there.
Do you
better
think she'd
fucking
get
be
jealous if she caught you watching another girl's cooking show?
I thought you were gonna say if she caught you eating out
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen.
Oh my God, I'm trying to be PG here.
We just talked
too
about you
late.
getting your fucking
It's too
ass
late.
iced.
It's too late, Robbie.
Yeah,
Just
buddy.
a little bit.
The
It's not happening. It's okay.
Yeah.
The TVMA.
Yeah, like if she sees you watching Cutthroat Kitchen, like does she get mad or?
No, she's cool with that. I mean, I don't watch a lot of the cooking shows as much as I used to. I feel like they've gone off the deep end.
Well, the Food Network ones are all competitions now, unless
Yeah.
it's the weekends. The PBS ones are the instructional ones. Those are the good ones.
What did you? No, wait. Hang on.
She
a
was
second.
on. So she was on Beat Bobby Flay though, and we
Oh,
went.
yeah.
We went to New York to film it. It was such a fucking awful experience.
What?
Really?
Yeah, just like those food competition shows are like ridiculous because it's like it's like you lost,
Right.
and then afterwards they make you do the what is it called?
Like the wraparounds and the
Yes,
intros
exactly.
and all that.
The intros and middles and the this and that. And they're like, you lost the contest. You're pissed. And then they're like, okay, so just pretend like you're excited about the...
Pretend like you just got it.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I can't wait. And like, it was just like this gut-wrenching, awful
Yeah.
experience. It was really...
What did she have to cook against Bobby?
She cooked, I think it was tofu was the ingredient. She made some sort
Yeah.
of foam.
I mean, just getting on that show is a big accomplishment, though.
totally.
Like that's like a huge deal.
Yeah.
Did you know that
she's
she
badass.
was? Did you know that she was a professional chef when you asked her?
I
out?
did. Well, my friend set me up with her, and I knew that she was a chef. Yeah, it's funny because she's Seth MacFarlane's private chef.
No
Nice.
way.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna do an open mic tonight. She's like, great. I'm gonna go to my boss, who's the most successful man in your career.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, hey, real quick thing before we continue. It's so great having such wonderful guests on the show, but I really, want to take a second away from talking to our guests to just talk about something really cool that just happened. I just had a fireball moment, Mike. I don't know if you...
Oh, that's great.
Another fireball moment.
Yeah,
That's great.
just recently, I've been having these, and they're just fantastic,
There's crazy stuff happens.
Yeah, like sometimes you drink Fireball whiskey. When you drink Fireball whiskey, everything just gets heightened. We have a lot of fun. When we do the nighttime show, we give away, Fireball whiskey to the first 100 people that show up to our show, and everybody has such a great time. So after the last nighttime show, I had a couple shots of Fireball whiskey, and I'm wandering down the street on down Melrose, and I'm having a really nice time, just kind of wandering. And it's late. It was late. Cars are kind of zipping by, and I'm just, it's L.A., baby. I've had a couple drinks, so I decided to call Uber, and I'm sitting there waiting on the side of the street for my Uber to come, and instead of an Uber, a Pegasus showed up.
A Pegasus.
A
Yeah.
winged Pegasus.
A winged Pegasus. Yeah, winged. Is it winged or winged?
Was that your
Winged?
Uber? Like you were going to ride it home?
Winged.
Are you saying winged or winged?
Winged.
Winged Pegasus arrives. It's all white and glittery. It's got these gorgeous wings. And I was like, hey, I called for an Uber, but
Are you that funny guy from TV?
hey,
You're
yeah.
the funny guy from TV.
Wow. Hey, it's so great to meet you, Pegasus. How cool.
Oh, we've met before.
We have?
We've always known each other, but I only come out when it's fun.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Oh, we're gonna have even more fun.
You want to drink some Fireball whiskey with me, Pegasus?
Fireball is in my heart.
Yay!
Yes. I'm opening. Pour it down my throat.
There you go.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes! Yes, it's so good! Oh, yes! Oh, yes, I love it! Oh,
Wow, this is amazing. Hey, do you want?
No, but let's fly.
Do you mind if I get on your back and I fly with you?
Yeah, let's fly to the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, well, I gotta go to Hollywood, but okay. I got on the Pegasus, and I was too fat. However, I gotta say, super nice, way nicer than.
Sounded very pleasant.
Yeah,
It sounded like he really enjoyed the Fireball whiskey.
he really did. He had a really great time with the Fireball whiskey, and
Like almost an unsettling amount of enjoyment.
Do you feel bad about putting him in the Pegasus Hospital?
I felt
Trying to sit on him?
I felt like a little bad, but he was real sweet, and I made a new friend, and that's what Fireball whiskey is all about. Is sometimes
Absolutely.
you make a new friend when you go out at night, have some shots of Fireball whiskey. You never know what's going to happen because you may just have a Fireball moment.
A fireball moment is a great moment.
All right, back to the show.
I know an actress. I don't know if should I say who it is?
Yes.
All right, so Ashley Greene from Twilight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Ashley Greene
Yeah.
actress. She went out with Seth MacFarlane.
Uh-huh.
And on the they hooked up. They had a little nice time together.
Yeah.
And then but like a day or two into spending time together, she said to him, what's like with your whole like cartoon thing? I don't get it.
Oh my
He goes, what do you mean? And she goes, like your house, it's like covered in like drawings and stuff. Like, are you like really into cartoons?
Oh my God.
And he goes, well, I have a cartoon. And she goes, what do you mean? And he goes, like I created Family Guy. That's my show. And she goes, oh. And he goes, why? Did you not know that that's who I am? That's what I do? And she goes, no, I kind of
He should have
like,
married her.
Yeah.
Been like, you love me for me?
no, she was like, I thought you were like a magician or something. Because you were wearing a tuxedo when we met.
Oh my God. Yes,
That's
as
amazing.
magicians do.
Right. And they met in like an office somewhere where people would normally be wearing a tuxedo, and he was wearing a tuxedo at the time. And she was like, she just figured magician or dignitary.
Undertaker?
I don't know. Undertaker. Yeah, something.
Wow. She
Yeah.
has she has
hooked
to
up with
work
him
on
for
her sleuthing skills.
She didn't do any sleuth. She's not a big sleuther. She's not a big like.
Well,
she
her,
doesn't
her
Google.
critical thinking, just to see tuxedo and automatically think, oh, it's got to be a magician.
Yeah.
Look at the Oscars; it's a room full of magicians.
Yeah, and there's a lot
getting
of magicians
awards.
here. That's hysterical.
Although in her defense, the last person I saw in a tuxedo was a magician,
Really?
Rob Zabrecki.
Oh yeah, he did wear him. He's very good magician. You were just on the show, Mary and Jane.
Yes,
How was that? That's a new Is that MTV?
it's an MTV show. Yeah,
That's an MTV show about smoking weed.
That was
That's the one.
You know
See,
what?
That's a weird thing to me. Back in the day,
Right.
MTV used to censor Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice, and they'd say like rolling down the street. Instead of saying smokin' Indo, they'd say smokin' was the stupid lyric they put in there so they could play Gin and Juice, the video. Now they have a show produced by Snoop Dogg about selling weed on their channel.
yeah.
Matt, what's it like to be so old?
Do you remember when MTV?
I'm so old, Robbie wouldn't even fuck me. That's how old I am.
Yeah, you're definitely too old for
Do you
him.
remember when MTV used to play music videos?
Yes.
Oh God,
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
let's skip this one.
This is the nighttime show.
Scout Durwood, who's on the show,
Yes.
is a good friend, and
She's hilarious.
very funny. Is that a scripted show?
That's a scripted show. Yeah.
Wow.
I had an interesting experience with that one.
How
though.
was it?
And I haven't really spoken about this, but it's a safe space. You
Very
guys
safe.
have anal ice
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Say
We'll
whatever
get you an
you
ice
want.
pack if you need one.
Well, look, it was something that happens a lot in our business. What is the core audience here? Are they going to give a shit about this?
This is a grown-up
Okay.
bunch of.
Well, just to quickly, so when I got cast in it, I got cast as a series regular, which means that you're a permanent fixture in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Okay. It means you're getting a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And we shot the pilot, and then it got picked up. And this happens a lot where it gets picked up, and then they're like, okay, we're going to reduce you to recurring.
Yeah.
You'll do basically just as many episodes, minus 1 or 2, whatever makes it legal. And we get to pay you, I'd say, 1/10 of what we were going to pay you.
What a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It's a thing that happens a lot. And again, I don't fault the producers. I don't want to fault anyone because everyone who is fantastic who works on it. But it's just a shitty thing that happens a lot lately now because people are like, well, they're actors, so they have to do it. And so I wouldn't do it. And they'd written all the other the episodes, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this. Like, because it's happened a bunch to me in the past too, and I was just like, "Fuck!" It was like I've had enough.
Yeah, no way. I get
Took a
that.
stand.
So it's really weird because when if you watch the pilot, I'm sort of like the villain in the show, and then you don't see me again.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just had a thing because I was at Nickelodeon for like 5 years.
Yes.
I just made a rule this year that I won't audition for a role on a Nickelodeon show unless it's a series regular. I just won't audition for the show. Like, if animated, different story. I'll audition for anything. But live action, unless it's a series regular job, I'm not auditioning for the show.
Well,
And
I think
it's like I'm like offer only. I did a show with you guys for 5 years. It only ended like 3 years ago.
You know what you're going to get.
If you want me, just go on and turn on your TV and watch me do the thing
Right.
that I do that you're trying to decide whether or not I can accomplish. It's like,
It's true.
and I've lost out on like 3 jobs because of it, which sucks.
I get it.
But it's like, whatever, man. I don't want to fucking. I've also gone in and auditioned. And been like, they kind of fuck you and they throw you around a little bit, and then they're like, oh nope, not interested, and you're like, oh, that hurts my feelings a bunch. It's not worth it.
I get it, man. And look, I think because my first big acting job was on a Disney show, and man, it's fucking tough. And
It is.
I think Disney and Nickelodeon have the luxury of almost whatever they put on the air is going to do well because kids are going to watch that.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do something, they're like, well, that's fine. We got 20 other people that'll do it for half the price.
Right.
So it's not even a negotiation with them. For me, it wasn't.
What show were you on?
I was on a show called Kickin' It, which was like the highest rated show on Disney XD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a huge show.
It was huge. And but again, that
Sorry,
like
I didn't watch that one.
You know,
I
you never watched Big Time Rush when I was on that either, so don't feel offended by that.
I paused
I
for
saw 3 episodes of Big Time Rush. That's it.
but yeah, it's I don't know, man. I feel like this is like the year that I get my self-respect, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it takes a while, and because again, it's very hard to get a fucking acting job. It's really difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very difficult, and when you get it, it to say no to it sounds insane.
Yeah.
Because we spent so much of our career just dying to get in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is my first year. This is like my year of no, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting sensation for sure.
Well, I always feel like too, like whenever you start a new piece of your career, like if you go from being an actor to like, oh, I'm going to write a TV show, which you just wrote a show and sold a show, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a huge deal. And I give you much props.
Thank you very much.
It's a big
Thanks.
deal.
Thank
But
you.
whenever that happens, whenever you
Robbie
get-
just applauded by smacking his belly,
oh, Robbie, you're just
which is great.
It's less effort.
you gotta love Robbie.
I love Robbie.
We throw Robbie down the
Not
stairs.
as much as the Uber driver, but I love him.
in not as a sexual way, but in a different way, in a loving,
Yeah.
sweet way.
Yeah.
But every time you take a new job in a different part of the industry, I feel like you have to be okay with kind of getting screwed over a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna direct your first, TV episode or something like this, they're gonna pay you less and they're gonna give you a crappier deal, and you just have to. Like, I remember talking to a comedian about he was gonna go on the road with Dane Cook, and he was like, I don't know, man. It seems like maybe it's not going to be such a great experience. And I've heard things from other people. It's not. And I was like, what are you fucking talking about? You get to go around the world and play
Totally.
stadiums.
Do theaters.
Yeah.
Like, are you nuts?
Amazing.
Take it. And he did. And he had like a wonderful experience with it. But it is tricky, man. It is a tricky business.
It's very tricky because at the same time, you want to do shit,
Right.
but you want to maintain your integrity. And it's like, it's funny, like the week before I sold my show, which to me is like, I guess like the most proud thing that I've ever done because
Yeah,
it's like
huge.
from me, you know?
Yeah.
I went to like a commercial audition, and commercial auditions are just the fuck.
Just cattle call.
It's a cattle
Yeah.
call.
You went, was it the day before? Or
It was about a week before.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm busy like coming up with this pitch and working really hard with like amazing people. I produced it with Ryan Seacrest production company is doing it.
Oh my God.
So I'm like working with the most amazing people, and we're like putting this together. And then I get a call like, Dan, you got to be at this fucking casting for a shitty Pepsi commercial. And I'm like, okay. And like I wasn't thinking. I was like, and I go to it, and literally I get into the audition, and they're like, there's like 4 of us that they bring into the room. And they're like, slate your name. And they're always such dicks, the fucking camera guy. Like, slate your name. And, no, they go, slate your name and say what ugly celebrity people say you look like.
Wow.
That was the thing. Yeah.
Are you
so
serious?
I swear. Because I guess the commercial had something where they, whatever, you get dissed or whatever. So I'm like, hi, I'm Dan Ahdoot, innovative artist, 5'7". People say I look like an ugly version of Drake, I guess like Shrek. And in my head, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just sitting here talking about how ugly, I was like, and I left that day. I called my agent. I was like, no more commercials. I'm done. Yeah. And I never book commercials also. I've never booked, I booked one commercial, it was Canadian, like 10 years ago. And I was like, that's it, done. No more.
Yeah.
No mas.
You know what? This is very similar. But it's like 2 years ago. I go in for one of these auditions for a commercial thing. I go all the way to Santa Monica. They're always in fucking Santa Monica, by the way. Like anyone ever needs to be in Santa Monica. Like I'd rather date a girl who lives in Japan than lives in fucking Santa Monica. Like, that is a horrible place to be from. So gross. So I get all the way out there. I wait. It's an open call. It's me and 50 other fat monsters. Yeah. And we're all standing around hating our lives. And I have a headshot, and I'm trying to decide if it's are you even worth it to give them something, or if I should just keep it for myself. And I'm just like, I hate everything, every moment of this. And I go in, and it sucks. It just fucking sucks. I hate it. I don't know. It was for Arby's or some shit.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get it. And I call my agent on the drive back. I'm sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic, and it's like 4 o'clock, in Santa Monica. And I'm so upset. And I call my agent, the commercial agent. And I go, hey, don't ever fucking send me to Santa Monica. I'm never going to another audition in Santa Monica. If you ever hear there's an audition in Santa Monica, just write me off the list. Don't send it to me. Don't ask me. Not interested. The biggest bullshit cattle call of my life. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, hang up. I just leave a message.
By the way, Judd Apatow does all of his casting out of Santa Monica.
Right.
Well, Steven doesn't want to be sent in for this.
Oh, yeah. So 2 years later, I got an audition. They go, Steven, there's an audition for you. It's on La Brea, and it's for Acura. And I was like, okay. And so I go in, and I get it. I get the job, which is insane.
Insane.
I go to the set to go shoot. It's in Simi Valley. It's a fake fire.
It was like a Burning Man.
Fake Burning Man.
Okay.
So they built a $3.2 million was the commercial, the budget on this commercial.
Wow.
$3.2 million. Get out there. They have a Jamba Juice truck, so you can get free Jamba Juice while you're there. They had an amazing grill. Catering was incredible. We had our own dressing rooms. It was wonderful. I was on set for 4 hours, and I made off that commercial an enormous amount of money from that commercial. It was so awesome. I call my agent. I go, why don't you send me out more often? She goes, well, 2 years ago, you called us and you told us never to send you to an open call or to Santa Monica ever again. I was like, no. Send me. And then I'm back. Now I'm back.
Oh, man. You're like, again. I will go to San Gabriel Valley.
I'll go wherever it is so I can go do those things.
Well, okay. That makes me feel shitty about my decision, but I don't know, man.
It's okay.
I was never, I don't know. I don't know if it's my face or that. I could never book a commercial gig for the life of me.
Yeah.
They're very hard to book.
You go in and there's 50 people who look exactly like you, and then there'll be one guy who looks nothing at all like anyone there, and it's like either you have no shot because there's 50 people, or they're going to give it to the one guy who doesn't look like any of us because he looks completely different.
A lot of times I'm going in and it's a lot of fat guys, but they all have hair. Like Robbie, like Robbie, if I had your hair, I'd be a bajillionaire.
Yeah.
And then I get to buy a show on Dan's, buy a house on Dan's show.
I can buy a house in your show?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Of course.
You got to work on Workaholics. What was that like for you?
Workaholics was fun. I mean, they do more improv than I thought that they did. But that was a fun, like, I just knew the casting director. She was like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" Like that type of thing, which is
Whoa.
the best.
That's
Yeah.
the best.
The best.
That's the best.
I
thing
know.
ever. Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, those guys are awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun one. It was
I
a
love
good
that
one.
kind of stuff.
Steven basically played Robbie on that show.
I did. I played a gay bear on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
really?
I played a big gay bear.
That's hilarious.
I got to cuddle Adam.
Oh, that's
in
great.
bed.
I was jealous the entire time.
I had a lot of trouble though because they do a lot of improv and I was laughing. I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
It's
hard.
I was only there for one day and I wish I would have been there for more than a day because if I would have been probably a little better at getting comfortable with the
It's tough, man.
It's a
It's
hard
very
transition.
tough to not break. I mean,
It's so funny.
yeah, it's funny. I played I think I was a Mac genius on it, and like I figure out that the reason his laptop isn't working is because there's jizz under the keyboard.
Oh my god!
funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh my god!
So funny.
You got to do literally, and I know Matt gives me shit for it all the time because I say this about a lot of shows, but literally one of my favorite shows on television is Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
Yes.
On Adult Swim. Holy crap!
It's so funny.
They shoot that in Atlanta, or they
Yeah.
shoot, yeah.
It's in Atlanta, which is
How,
awesome.
how did this work out? How did you end up?
This
getting
I
the job?
booked this off of Skype.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. This
Wow.
A Skype audition actually paid off for someone?
Well, they're in Atlanta, so like I think they book a lot of their shit off of Skype.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, but it was basically, it's the guys behind Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was one of my favorite shows in college when I was just
So good.
It's like the best stoner show ever, I think.
So good.
But yeah, I think they originally wrote the role for Kumail Nanjiani because the name of the character is Kumail, and like I don't know, he wasn't available, and I was like, yeah, I'll fucking take Kumail's sloppy
Hell
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre though because if you watch the show, like we're all in this the makeup artists that they have are like some of the best makeup artists in the world, and you're in this crazy like we all. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's like it's a workplace comedy that takes place in hell. So we're all employees in hell. We're all demons. And it takes like an hour and a half to get into your crazy makeup, and you have horns and all this shit. So it's like one of my favorite shows I've ever done. Literally, no one will ever recognize me from it though, because you look nothing like the character.
Yeah.
But it's amazingly funny, and I love fucking working in Atlanta.
Oh my god.
Because it's like there's no ego. Like everyone who works in the show is like chill and nice, and
They fly you out there for that?
yeah, they fly you out first class.
Hell
First
yeah.
class?
First class, man.
Man.
Adult Swim? Is that
Adult Swim.
Oh,
Adult
so
Swim's got a lot of
cool.
cash. I think they got
Yeah.
Cartoon Network. I mean, they fucking
Yeah, they got a lot of
they
money.
kill it.
That's so cool. I love that show. It is so Matt, if you haven't gone to watch the show, you need to watch the
It's
show.
like the most creative show on TV.
I've seen 0 Adult Swim shows.
Oh god.
It's not my thing.
You're like the worst person.
It's not my thing.
No, they have like Eddie Pepitone and
Yeah.
and he's like he's being tortured in hell, so he's like tied to something and he's being whipped. And then they go, hey, you think we should take a break? And he goes, yes, please take a break. Please, anything to take a break. I would love a break. And they go, yeah, maybe we can take a break and you can get a glass of water or something. We can get you something you want something to eat, like a sandwich? He goes, I would love a sandwich. It'd be so great. A sandwich would be great. And they go, oh, I forgot you're in hell. Kapow. And they just keep whipping it. And he's like, why is this happening? And then the camera just moves to the next cubicle. And it's like Dan and the main guy on the show, the big, what's his name? Henry,
Yeah.
who's a chubby guy. And you guys are standing next to each other and having some sort of awkward conversation. And like Henry wants to like maybe go and take somebody's soul, but he just screws it up. He's always screwing things up. And so then
Yeah.
Dan will swoop in and get the soul last minute. And it's like, it's really funny.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
so
very
funny.
creative show.
Yeah, it's like you have to get souls. Whoever gets the most souls.
Yeah.
It's like
like getting
it's like a
sales.
car dealership.
It's like
yeah,
getting sales,
it's
yeah.
like sales.
Yeah. And then
Always be closing. ABC. Always be gathering souls.
ABGS.
they have like the devil, like if you don't get enough souls, then he makes your head the urinal in the bathroom. And so then it's like the devil. It's like, and the devil's really funny too.
Oh, fuck
He's a
yeah.
great actor.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
I mean, it's cast really well. It's ridiculous. It's funny. Adult Swim's got. I just binged Eric Andre's show last week.
Really?
I watched a couple episodes of that, and it's so fucking bizarre, that network, man. Like I've pitched them a couple times, and I'm like, I don't think like these people. There's no way. I'm like, here's a normal show idea, and they're like, no, does it have like a talking pigeon?
Yeah.
No, then
Seriously.
then it doesn't work.
Have you you got to work with Hannibal Buress a little bit?
I was on that. I did an episode of his show. It was man, I like that show, but it seemed
a weird show.
It was a weird show. Yeah,
Hannibal's great. Did you see him kick? What's his name in the face?
Oh yeah, I just saw.
Who did he kick in the face?
I don't know.
Wasn't
Flavor
Kevin Hart-
Flav.
Flavor Flav.
He kicked Flavor Flav in the face,
Like
on
a jokey
like,
thing?
No,
or-
like in the face.
Really?
Like he kicked him in the face.
Is Hannibal having a public meltdown?
No,
or?
on Eric Andre show.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, they were messing with Flavor Flav. Here's what happens: is Eric Andre says, "Oh, well, we need to adjust your mic," and so then a guy comes in and tries to touch Flavor Flav's penis. And Flavor Flav goes, "Yo, man, you don't play with my penis, man. Get away from my penis." And then Hannibal goes like this, "Your penis," and like grabs at his dick again. And Flavor Flav goes, "Yo, man, y'all need to stop with this shit." And then Eric Andre goes, like he reaches in and he goes, "I said stop." And Flavor stands up.
He wasn't in on the joke. Like he
No.
was okay.
And it doesn't look like he very much is upset. And he stands up, and then Eric Andre fucking rips the desk apart, and under the desk is a bathtub, and then Eric Andre strips all his clothes down no underwear, pulls his underwear off, and he's standing there with his dick hanging out. Then he jumps in the bathtub, and Flavor Flav goes, "Y'all crazy," and then and is sitting back down at this point, and then Hannibal Buress fucking kicks him right in the face.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. You need to watch. Just watch you gotta watch the clip.
Holy shit.
That show is
Bananas.
Looney Tunes.
Dude, I remember, so Eric and I, we would do like stand up. Oh my God. You know, it's so funny. I used to always fucking hate people like in interviews when they refer to people by their first names. Like me and Robbie were, me and Bobby, Bobby De Niro. But you fucking come up with these people. Anyway, but me and Eric Andre, we all kind of came up together in New York. And I remember just seeing his stand up and being like, this is so fucking out there. I think I would even tell him, like, dude, you got to ground it a little bit. Little did I fucking know he's going to make a crazy career out of it.
Mm-hmm. No, he really has.
Yeah, he's found his niche.
Yeah, he has. He's an interesting, strange bird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
I watched him do a show where he stabbed himself a bunch of times in the chest during his show. It's real weird. And Hannibal they're such a interesting pair too, because Hannibal is like so funny, and so dry, and then they just match up really.
It's an interesting odd couple. Yeah.
Who do you get to work with on Bajillion Dollar that you love kind of being teamed up with?
Well, it's like this crazy A team of comedy actors. It's like I'm the only stand up, and then there's there's two guys from UCB, three from Second City, like in Chicago.
Oh my God.
And then one from the Groundlings and Paul F. Tompkins. Like it's literally like an A team of fucking improvisers.
Yeah, no, they're all super, super funny.
Yeah.
Drew Tarver's super funny.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I mean, the hardest part of the show for me is just not breaking character.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I don't.
Do you break?
I break a lot.
Yeah.
And they'll just like cut, or like, the cameramen are amazing because they just like, and women, because they'll just fucking go on to the next person if you just break. But everyone, I mean, it's very difficult to fucking not break. I'm constantly thinking about my grandmother taking shits on my face.
Oh my God.
Whatever I can to get my mind off of it, dude. It's
It's
awful.
what we all think.
Anyone who watches the show, I'm constantly thinking about, doing things with my grandmother.
Oh no.
Is your grandmother alive to hear this?
No, she's not. And if she
that's-
were, she would not know what a podcast is. I was driving on the way here trying to explain to my mom what I was doing. She's like, I'm going to do an interview. She's like, on the radio? I'm like, yes, on the radio. So late? Why is it so? I'm like, how am I going to fucking explain a podcast? I'm like, well, people have independent digital. Oh yeah.
The first
My parents literally haven't seen one episode of Bajillion Dollar Properties.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, not
You
one.
gotta sit them down.
Yeah.
Where do they live? Are they in LA or are they somewhere else?
No, they're in New York.
Oh wow.
They're in New York. Yeah.
Is that where you grew up?
Yes.
Where in New York did you grow
I grew up in Long Island, and then I lived in Manhattan.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was that for Long Island?
Oh, yeah, that's Long Island.
Long Island.
Thank God I didn't get that accent.
No, yeah, you don't have an accent. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
Yeah.
Where in Manhattan did you live?
I lived in the West Village,
Wow.
the best village.
Yeah, that's a great place to live.
Yeah, I lived there for. I'm having a little bajillion-dollar properties moment in my place because So I bought my apartment in New York like 10 years ago, and I'm trying to sell it now. And my little cousin, I was like, you can stay here until I was doing a little construction and shit to get it ready to sell. And I'm like, don't fucking let anyone stay here though, man. This is you can stay here. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like in his mid-20s. So one day I had to like move a bunch of furniture into
17 people in there now.
Worse. And like the two guys, it's like I hired these two guys off of TaskRabbit, so I'm doing this all remotely from LA, and it's like these two like Jamaican dudes with a fucking truck and my real estate broker, and they fill up the fucking van with furniture. They go up to the place, my broker opens up the fucking door. There's two people fucking in my bed.
Oh, great.
In your bed.
Not my cousin.
Wow.
There's two people fucking in my bed. My broker calls me. He's like, there's two people fucking in your apartment right now. And I call my cousin. I'm like, what are you doing in my apartment? He's like, I'm not in your apartment. I'm like, who the fuck is in my apartment? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, someone's fucking in my apartment. You don't know who it is? And he like kept playing dumb. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to call the cops then. He's like, okay, no. It was my friend. I didn't know you were going to need this. And he basically like was renting out my place as like a little whorehouse.
Oh,
for his friends, yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. It's unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That will
fuck?
bring your fucking property value down.
That's not good.
Yeah. I should not have said that until the place got sold.
Yeah.
That was a bad move.
Don't worry about it. That's a, oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
What a
a
bad situation.
Were they filming it for Pornhub? Because that's like a thing. You know,
At least they're,
that
that's
is
a category on Pornhub now.
on
There's like a
Airbnbs, yeah.
there's a fake realtor porn category on there.
Really? They're just
Where it's a thing where it's like this hot realtor chick and she's trying to sell the house and then she bangs the guy to make him buy the house.
Oh, yeah.
just
That's
grab,
like a whole
so
thing.
expensive.
they're
though.
grasping at straws.
I'd
huh?
probably do that,
Yeah.
if that was the case.
Can I tell
Although,
you?
speaking of Pornhub, Robbie told me something earlier
Oh God.
that
Anytime a sentence
tell
starts
Steven.
speaking of Pornhub,
Oh my God.
Speaking of
Steven.
Pornhub, Robbie told me something earlier.
Yes.
That sentence alone.
Believe me, this is fantastic.
Steven, you're gonna hate me.
Oh,
You're going to hate me.
really?
So a couple days ago, I was getting myself a tune-up, basically, right?
Sure. Sexually?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was just changing out my jeans. No, so I was kind of filleting myself, and
Filleting yourself?
yeah, it's kind of like
Oh, God, Robbie. It's getting worse.
All I'm saying is, so like, you go on websites and they're like, you liked jerking off to this, you might like jerking off to this.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure, of course. Yeah. We've all been there.
There's something on the internet called Rule 34,
Do you know what that is?
No, I
No.
don't. I don't
where
know
if
what that
there's
is.
where
If
it
you can
exists,
think of it, there's porn of it.
there's porn of it.
Oh,
that's the
yeah,
rule.
If you can think of it, there's porn
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, sure.
okay, Rule
Well,
34.
I
You can think of the movie Storks, can't you?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the next image
Definitely
that-
mention the children's movie.
The next image that came up-
timing.
Well,
The
that's
next-
what I'm saying.
The next image that came up was Pigeon Toady.
Was
Pigeon
What are you
Toady.
talking about?
There is porn of Pigeon Toady.
No, there is not.
Gay porn. There's gay porn of it, and he was on the bottom.
No, there is not. You're lying.
Wait, am I the only one who doesn't know what Pigeon Toady is?
That's
the
Steven's role in the
Oh.
movie Storks.
No way.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope. It's
Is that
out there.
true?
Yeah.
Pigeon.
And now I love that you're going to be Googling Pigeon Toady porn. The NSA, somewhere in some data bank, is like, this guy really loves being in that fucking movie.
Wait, is this a real thing?
Yeah,
or are
it
you
was
joking
drawn-
about
Robbie took me aside.
It was drawn porn?
Yeah, drawn.
Animated Pigeon Toady porn.
On which porn place?
It was like one of them is Rule 34.
Wait, Robbie, you go looking for weird stuff like
Well,
that?
listen,
Oh my
Dragon
God.
Ball Z had a very good effect on me as a kid.
So you look for Dragon Ball Z porn?
One of them. It's one of the things. Goku's very hot.
I'm just looking up Rule 34 pigeon.
This is amazing.
Why are we talking? Why is this happening?
Well, I can do a fun little segue in the meantime. So I haven't jerked off to porn in about 2 years now.
What?
Really?
Are you being serious?
That fucking derailed the whole conversation.
What?
You
Why?
have delicious food at home.
I do. I have great food at home. No, but not even that. Did you find it?
Is this it?
This is one of them, yeah.
You've got to be
or
kidding.
not- yeah, well, this is one of the sites, yeah.
The question.
Just
The question is, did
This
it
is one of the sites.
did it make you
It's
you
on-
come quicker than you normally would have?
No, it completely ruined it.
Oh, it did.
Because like Steven is one of my best friends.
Right.
And like the like he does such a great job in that movie.
No, this is
Can-
not.
can I see?
We're not keeping this in the show.
Can I see, Steven?
Yeah, we're skipping. We're skipping. Okay, here we go. Ready? And okay. Well, that was a great.
Wait, tell me about the porn of the storks porn.
No! All right, hang on, and we're back in. Hey, real quick. You just mentioned this, Dan, and I think we should get to it. We just had to cut out a section of this broadcast because Robbie makes horrible life choices.
Yes.
Matt brought it up.
Just let
Matt
it
brought it up.
slide.
Can I say something? I respect so much that you decided to cut that because while it was going on, I was like, man, what am I doing? Why am I going to be associated with this?
We're not doing this. We have Dan Ahdoot here, for God's sakes. This is a classy operation, Matt Walker, you son of a bitch.
You guys are just going to have to DM us to find out what we were talking about.
Can we actually talk about
If you DM me, I promise I will tell you what we talked about. Send me a message. I will be happy to tell you what it
he'll
was.
send you images that'll get you thrown off a website. Hey,
Dude, how many of my freaking mints are you gonna eat? You ate half the package.
I mean, in your whole mints. Dan,
Yes.
can we talk about the reason why?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not looking at
Yes.
at adult
Yes.
images and videos anymore?
Okay, so like 2 years ago, I haven't jerked off to porn for 2 years.
Wow.
About 2 years. And 2 years ago, my cousin and I were talking about how awful porn is and how like the last thing we see every night before we go to bed is like some fucking girl getting choked while jizzed on her face and like this is just awful.
Of course.
Like with a artificial LED light and then like you close it in the tissues and it's just like it's a gross thing.
Right.
And it also I felt like it was getting to the point where you just get more and more like specific about what you want to see in these porn, and you start getting very critical. And like if the lighting isn't right, like you need everything needs to the thread count and the sheets need to be what you need. It's just you get so specific, and I just fucking hated the fact that I was getting so in my head about this. It would take like half an hour to find the right video
Sure.
to jack off to. So I was like, let's do a bet. 1 month, no jerking off. We went one not no jerking off, no jerking off to porn.
Right.
So you can jerk off, but to your old noggin, to your imagination.
Right. Yeah.
So I went a month, and I went a little longer, and I was like, I kind of like this. It's spurring my sexual imagination again. I don't feel it doesn't feel as disgusting, and I was still jerking off just as much.
Well, yeah, but you have a girlfriend at the time or no girlfriend?
I didn't at the time.
Okay.
But I was hooking up here and there.
Sure.
But I think, in moments of weakness, I would jerk off to a YouTube video that was I would type in hot white girl twerking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's this girl who comes up who's fabulous. She's
Yeah.
fantastic.
There's that Russian girl who's known for that.
I don't know. This doesn't seem like it seems like a girl next door-y one. Like she doesn't seem like a real famous.
Oh, okay.
Like
There's
but-
this one girl on YouTube who's like famous for her twerking videos.
But I have a question. Like, isn't that like for girls? Like, don't they need like everything to be just right to be able to like have sex or something?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So basically, jerking off to porn made you a woman
Well, that's an interesting
Interesting. I mean,
interesting
because
perspective.
you needed everything just so.
yeah.
Well, porn is a tricky thing. I think when you watch too much, you get too specific.
Yes.
Things get weird.
Yes.
And then you try to figure out, and then like
All I need is 20 seconds of porn.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah, but me too. But to find the right 20 seconds would take me a half an hour.
Oh,
Right.
well, you're too picky at that point.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like everyone gets really picky. I mean, after a while, you get bored of this. You're like, okay, let me upgrade to this, and you get bored of that.
I think it's changed a lot in the last few years because now everything is online. But in the like a couple of years ago, I mean, maybe like I don't know, 6-7 years ago, it was like it would take forever because you're going through all sorts of websites and trying to find things, and everything is weird.
Your internet connection
The
was a lot slower.
Yeah, internet connection was bad, and then the quality. Now it's like I want everything in HD. You know, like, I'm like used to things. I want it to look really
I
good.
remember I've been on the internet since 1992, and when I first got on the internet, I had a roommate who wrote this program. At the time, it was before there were websites. Like they didn't exist, and they were just these message boards where people would trade photos that were digitally done, whatever. And my roommate at the time wrote a program that would go out on Usenet, and he would go to all the porn news groups, and he would automatically download every single picture and video onto his computer and then decompress and you'd have to like download like 5 text files and combine them into one and then run it through this program to decompress it just to get like one picture that was scanned from Playboy. And he did this. So we had every single porn image on the internet every single day. He would have like a showing. All the guys in the door would just go there and sit in the room, and he's like, "Hey, here's what I downloaded today." And it was like every single picture on the internet that was porn at the time.
Oh my god!
So you're like an internet porn veteran.
I am.
I think I am too. I would consider myself a veteran of the game.
Sure.
I think it's unbelievable that kids have access to. I mean, to just see like the things we had to do to see just a tit.
Oh my
Yeah.
Like
god!
fucking
Well, earlier today we were talking about Basic Instinct, and the story of me seeing what's it called? Of me seeing a vagina in Basic Instinct. I told.
Did you just what's it called? A vagina?
Yeah, what's it called?
Me seeing what are those things again?
Whatchamacallit? Who's the director of Basic Instinct? It's not Roland Emmerich.
I remember the writer was Jill Esserhaus, but
No. Wait, just look. Tell me who the director is.
I'll look it up
because it's a good story.
Okay.
It's worth the wait.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though.
Yeah.
Shocking, because I just got to tell the director the story.
Paul Verhoeven.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah.
So I got to tell Paul Verhoeven this story. It's a true story. I've never told it on the show before. This is what happened. To see Basic Instinct, I was I think 13 or 14 years old when that movie came out, and I was living with my mom in Carlsbad, California, and we lived 2 miles to 3 miles from the local video store.
Okay.
Up and down a giant hill. No one would walk this. There wasn't like my family. We weren't big walkers, as you can probably tell, right? So we're not hiking to go to the video store. You take the car, we go down and we go get it and come back, right? Well, I was like 14 years old and I wanted to see Basic Instinct. So I went down there. My mom dropped me off to go get a video cassette. And I told them that I had to rent the movie for my father or he would be angry.
Nice.
And they were like, oh, okay. And so I got the VHS tape, but I also got something like the Pink Panther or something. So I'd have like my fake one that I was going to pretend to watch.
It's like when you're buying condoms and you get a magazine.
Right. Oh, yeah. So I hid the Basic Instinct VHS tape in the back of my pants, and then I got into my mom's car and got home, and then we watched the Pink Panther, and then in the middle of the night, I snuck downstairs in the middle of the night, I ate some Costco cookies, and I sat there on the couch, and I watched Basic Instinct on the TV in the dark, alone at like 3:00 in the morning.
Oh my god!
With the sound off, so I don't even know what's going on. Just so I can see my first vagina.
Just a raging 13-year-old boner.
You knew the vagina was in the movie.
I knew there was a vagina in the movie because I had Entertainment Weekly. We had Entertainment Weekly my whole life. So
and
I was
Costco cookies was the way you were going to celebrate.
Yeah, of course. Well, the Costco cookies was besides the point. I was just eating Costco cookies always.
That's just
You look like you can understand that, Robbie.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirkland cookies were out.
Kind of like,
God, they were the best. They were the best. So I'm eating these cookies. I'm watching the video. I see the vagina. I'm very excited about this whole thing. Right. I don't know what it is. For the most part, I just know there's a thing there that's happening. And anyways, next day I decide to try to take it back to the video store, but my sister wanted to watch Pink Panther again, but I knew I had to return the VHS tape again.
Oh Jesus!
So I said, you know what, guys, I'm gonna just go walk the Pink. You don't need to see Pink Panther. I'm gonna walk it back to the video store. And my mom goes, are you sure? I mean, I can take you later. I go, no, it's fine. I'll take a nice walk. She goes, you're going to walk 3 miles up and down hills back to the video store. I go, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. She was like, you've never walked 3 miles in your life. Why are you doing that? I go,
If you added up all the walking you've done in your entire life, it still wasn't 3 miles at that point.
No way.
She was so proud of you. She's like, he's turning to a life of fitness.
He really is. He's growing up. He's getting healthy.
It's going to get in shape.
I take the VHS tape, I stuff it in the back of my pants, and then I awkwardly start walking away from my mom's house. And I get about 1.5 miles into the journey.
You pull a hammy.
Yeah, I can't keep it in my. I'm sweating now. I pull the VHS tape out of my back of my pants. Now I'm holding the 2 VHS tapes, and I'm sweaty, and I'm walking up this hill. And as I'm coming up the hill, my mom in her minivan with my little sister pulls up next to me. She goes, "Hey, you okay? Hop in the car." I go, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm totally fine." She goes, "What do you have there? You have 2 VHS tapes? I thought we only got 1." I go, No, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing. She goes, "Well, what? It's the second one." And I go, "Oh, just it's a cartoon." She goes, "What cartoon is it? Let me see. I want to see that. I want to see what it is." Takes it from me. Furious, drives me to the video store, gets out, goes inside, and she's like, "How dare you rent an adult movie to my son?" And
my
yelled
God.
at them, and they got like, I was all embarrassed, and yeah, and so that was it was really
my
it
God.
was pretty rough. It was pretty first time,
Was it worth it?
100%. Yeah,
Did they hate
Would you do it
in
again?
front of the movie store?
I would do it again. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, for the
wouldn't
story
walk 3
alone.
miles. I wouldn't walk
Like
3
right now,
miles.
would you do
Would
it?
I walk 3 miles right now? Probably not.
Can I tell you something? I've never actually seen Basic Instinct. I haven't seen that scene.
Really?
You haven't?
No.
You gotta see.
You gotta
this
see
movie.
it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff happening in that movie. It's
Yeah.
not
It's a
good
considered
movie.
a
Yeah.
pornography, so you wouldn't be breaking any.
Yeah, it's
Are
an
you
actual
still? Are
film.
you still doing that? Or are you off? You're off. You're back. You're not. You're still off of it.
No, I'm still off. Just that twerking video once
But are
in a
you
while.
married now? or
No, engaged. Engaged.
Well, you're getting.
Well,
you're
you-
When's
getting
the wedding?
laid.
We're still boning.
Yeah.
Next summer, probs.
Is
Probs.
your
I
wife
said
gonna
probs.
is your wife gonna decide the cooking? Like, is she gonna hire her personal like chefs?
She wanted to, and then my parents came in and they're like, the food needs to be kosher. And she's like-
Wow.
and for a chef, that's like, ugh.
Are you Jewish?
No, but they just want kosher food. Yes, I'm Jewish.
I didn't know you're Jewish. How did I not know you're Jewish? I'm Jewish as
don't know.
well. We're both Jews.
Hey.
Robbie's Jewish also.
Hey.
Matt's the outsider. Matt's the outsider.
Shame the non-believer.
Did you have a bar mitzvah? Did you do the whole bar mitzvah thing?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Let me tell you, cheeseburgers are the best fucking thing.
Can I tell
Lobster
you something?
is so good.
I grew up kosher as fuck. Okay, like my family's pretty religious, and I didn't start. I started to, slowly as I started to grow up and stop believing in God. I started to undo all the kosher
Yeah.
laws, and every time I did it, I got more drunk than I've ever been. And I would have like the first thing I had was a raw clam was my first shellfish,
That's
which
a
is
weird one to pick.
worst
That's the worst one to
thing
pick, 'cause that's
have.
awful.
It's
Yeah.
slimy. It's
Yeah.
shitty. They don't like even now that I love shellfish. Even that's a little
it's a
tough
weird
to
one,
take
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
But I remember the amount of guilt that the first pork that I had though was a bacon wrapped date, which was a great way
Yeah,
to get
that's
it.
good.
Amazing.
But I felt such guilt afterwards for like a week.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Like
how
Steven
they
told me a
drill it into
story.
you.
He was here at the Improv,
Yep.
and he got a chicken sandwich to go, and he took it back to his place.
Oh, and I sat in the dark
Yeah.
to watch in the living room. You turn on the TV and you're sitting in the dark there, and you don't have to turn all the lights on to eat this sandwich. I've eaten this chicken sandwich a million times.
Yeah.
So I bite into the chicken sandwich. I go, "Oh, now that is a chicken sandwich. What kind of spices are they putting on the meat? I mean, this is just, there's got to be some sort of garnish in there that would," and I open it up, it's just a slab of bacon.
Oh,
And I was
man.
like, son of a bitch.
That's so good.
That's what they're talking about? That's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
solid stuff.
Yeah, the times when I slipped up before I had switched consciously, same thing. I was like, I remember I had this thing in an Italian restaurant. It was like a slice of apple. It was like a baked apple, just like a cross cut of a little bit of an apple. And I'm like, this is the most amazing apple I've ever had in my life. And then there was like a sheet
Prosciutto
of
in it?
prosciutto on the
Yeah.
bottom of it. And it was like, wow, this is really something, this pig. It's the best animal that's ever been made to eat.
For eating. Yeah.
for
it really
Yeah,
is.
I mean, it's so
pretty damn
versatile. It's really
It's
something.
awesome.
I know. I used to eat pepperoni pizza my whole childhood until my sister comes along and she's a vegetarian and she goes and she's very religious and she said to my mom and my dad when we were little, we were like 8. I was like 8 years old.
Did you say it was like she went to Hebrew school and she
she
came
went
back
to Hebrew
and
school.
then,
She goes, we can't eat this. This is
Oh, what a
pepperoni.
bummer.
And my mom goes, it's fine. It's fine. And she goes, no, it's not. Pepperoni has pork in it. My mom was like,
The jig is up.
the jig is up. Yeah, we had gotten away with it for a while, but then she ruined it. She
Are you
ruined
still
pepperoni pizza.
no pork?
I still don't eat pork.
What about shellfish?
Don't eat shellfish.
Wow. Okay.
I had shrimp once. I tried it once. Not my thing.
Yeah.
But it was on a dare. And then my grandfather said to me one time we were having dinner by the beach, and he was like in his 80s at the time, and he ordered lobster, and my whole family was like, "Lobster? Why is he ordering lobster?"
So funny.
So funny. And I turned to him and I go, "Lobster? Isn't that not really kosher?" And he goes, "What, are you kidding me? I'm not going to eat lobster. It's delicious." I was like, "All right, I'm not
Makes
going.
so
No
much
one's
sense.
giving him any crap."
Yeah.
But yeah. I still don't do it. I just still
Yeah.
I haven't cracked through that one yet.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's funny. I remember. So I started to. I remember I was right after college when I started undoing my kosher laws.
Yeah.
And when I was 30, I spoke to one of my friends. His younger brother had just come out of the closet to his parents, and he was telling me about it and how like he was 16 or 17, and he told them, and like they took it really hard, but then like they came around, and like it took so much courage to do that. And I was like, how can this fucker have the balls to tell his parents that he's gay, and I can't tell my parents that I fucking eat shrimp once in a while? So I had this moment, and I was on a flight with my mom, and I'm sitting next to her, and we were having this like bonding moment, talking about stuff, and I was like, Mom, I was talking to Dan's brother about when he came out of the closet to his parents, and I thought it was great that he doesn't have secrets with his parents anymore. She's like, yes, it's very good. I'm like, and we shouldn't have any secrets either, right? And she's like, no, of course not. No
Do you think
secrets.
she's thinking you're about to say you're gay at this point?
I don't know. That's how I was like
I think
warming up.
she might have been more okay with you being gay than eating shrimp.
Probably, dude. And I go, well, I just need to tell you something that I've been doing that I just feel weird that you don't know, but I'm not kosher, like at all. I'm not kosher. And her bottom lip started to quiver. She puts her hands down and they're shaking, and she goes, I failed as a mother.
Wow.
And I'm like, Mom, I'm not telling you that I do meth. What the fuck? Like, I'm like, I'm a good kid. What do you mean I failed as a mother? And then she goes, do me a favor. I'm like, what? She goes, go back into the closet.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, fine.
Wow.
So now we play the charade again that I'm kosher.
So around them, you're kosher,
amazing.
but
Yeah.
any other time.
I mean,
yes,
not even that I'm kosher. I don't even talk about not being like, I pretend like I am kosher. She was like,
That's
go
amazing.
back in the closet
That's
is what she said.
incredible.
Isn't
Wow.
that funny.
Wow. Oh, your mom sounds great.
She's great.
She sounds like a very fun
You
lady.
you can see her hopefully on CBS next fall
What?
on the Untitled Dan and Dude Project.
Is that part of the show? Is that part of what you're trying to do?
Yeah, it's a family show. It's like my family and my fiance's family.
Who would you cast on the show? Oh, would it be them
Like a
playing
reality
themselves?
show?
No,
Or-
it's not a reality show. No.
Okay.
It would be a multicam scripted.
Who
Show.
would you want to play your mom and dad?
Aziz Ansari's mom and dad. They're pretty good on that show.
Yeah,
They
I'm
were
gonna
so good.
I'm gonna pull in Aziz and just bring my own parents on it.
Not a bad move.
Yeah.
Not a bad move.
I want-
They should just cast his parents
Yeah.
and everything. Be like, we need a mom and dad.
Yeah.
Let's get
On
Aziz
anything.
Ansari's parents.
Oh,
That
Let's
would
put
be
it in.
God, it'd be so
Hollywood.
great.
Yeah. I would want Ben Kingsley to be my dad.
Oh, that would be great.
yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I hear he wants to get into comedy too. I think it'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh God, that'd be amazing.
It would be amazing.
What about for your mom?
I don't know. There's like this one Persian lady who does all the fucking Persian lady roles. She can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, man.
Especially with selling your show like this, and it's such a huge deal.
Thanks. I appreciate
I
it.
can't imagine. How long have you been working on that show, trying to make?
I was
it
working on
happen?
it for like 8 months.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
write a part about your goofy redheaded neighbor?
No,
didn't make it. Didn't make it in the cut, huh?
No, you
No
didn't-
goofy
you
redhead
didn't make it
neighbor.
into it, buddy.
Not yet. We
Not yet.
are looking for a chubby Jewish gay kid.
What?
Really?
Robbie?
Oh my god! I will blow who needs to be blown. I'll do it.
You heard it here, folks. He'll blow who needs to be blown.
Listen, I don't have that self-respect thing yet these guys are talking about. One day I hope to, but until then.
Dan, we got to wrap things up, but where can people find you in the world, and where should they be watching things and stuff?
In the world, you can find me on my website and is standupdan.com because no one can spell Ahdoot. So standupdan. Twitter is @standupdan. Instagram is @standupdan. And $1 Bajillion Properties is on CISO.com. I think you can get 2 months free if you put in the code word bajillion.
Yes.
And
Can they spell bajillion if they can't spell Ahdoot?
That's yeah, I know. That's the sad state of it.
Look it up.
If you can spell it, you can get 2 months free.
Okay.
That's how they make their money.
That's how they make their money.
You got to watch the show.
And if you live in LA, I'm at the Laugh Factory every weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm promoting that bigly here at the Improv because the Improv never puts me up. So go to the Laugh Factory.
We'll get you on the nighttime show. You can come to our show.
Yes, I'd love to do it.
What's how is it over there at the factory these days? Is Aiko still there? Is she coming?
Yes, she is.
She is still there.
Yeah, she's still there.
Okay, good.
I love the Laugh Factory. It's like my home.
Jamie's such a sweet guy.
Buddy, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah. he's the best. There was a show that I did that was a big giant mess over at a comedy club called Flappers Comedy Club.
Yes.
We had a big fight. I had a big fight with them about some Jewish things. We'll talk about it off the air.
Did you circumcise a baby on stage?
Basically, it's just not a good situation, and it got out there in the public eye, and people were talking about it.
Really?
And Jamie Masada calls me up and he goes, "Buddy, you ever want to do a Jewish show? Ever? Come to my club. I'm basically like a Jewish guy. Okay, anything you need from me, I take care of you. I love you anytime. Okay, buddy, come over. Come to the club. Call in for spots." And I started calling in for the first time in like 6 years. I started calling in, and he booked me every weekend for
Wow.
about a year or two. He was booking me every week, and then now I got to get back. I got to get back to doing stuff.
No, he's
again.
great.
You got to get in a fight with the Laugh Factory again. Or
Yeah.
the Flappers.
Yeah.
Flappers.
You got to get in a fight with the
that
Flappers
guy.
again.
He's great.
Create a little heat. Clicking.
Matt, where can people find you in the world?
You can go to funnymatt.com, and if you email me, matt@funnymatt.com, I will tell you what it is we talked about that you didn't get to hear.
Yeah, because we definitely cut that out.
Yeah.
And of course, Robbie. Where can they find you, Robbie?
They can find me at Robbie Carlisle, Lysle. My Facebook is Robbie Carlisle. My website is Robbie Carlisle. You can spell it wrong and it'll still come up though.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
You bought Robbie Carlisle, YLE?
Yeah. Because there's actually an actor named Robert Carlyle who's a Scottish dude who's like
Yes.
on Battlestar Galactica.
I think
Sure.
you need a different name, bro. I'm telling you. Like, once you change it from your name to something else, you're going to start getting a lot more hits.
How about Clown Town?
Clown
Just
Town?
Robbie Clown
Clown
Town?
Clown Town.
Robbie.
That sounds like a
RobbieTheAnnouncer.com.
terrible gay porn website.
Robbie.
Wow.
Go to Clown Town. Get your honker squawked.
Well, guys, honestly, this has been one of the best and most ridiculous episodes.
Really?
It's up in my five faves.
Some weird stuff
This is
happened.
a lot of weird things.
Started
lot of
out the
weird
gate.
things.
Started weird.
Really did.
Yeah.
But I really give you a lot of credit, Robbie, because we were hoping that you'd bring a little weirdness to the show.
You did exactly what we wanted.
Do you ever? Do you ever? And I adore you for it. Dan, thank you so much. You're such a hilarious comedian. If you
Thank
ever
you
get a
very
chance, guys, to check him out, you will not be disappointed. He's absolutely hilarious.
Appreciate it.
And don't forget to check out $1 Bajillion Properties, which is exclusive on CISO
Yeah.
and incredibly funny. I'm at Stephen Glickman on all social media. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show.
Give us a
on
rating.
iTunes.
Rate the
Give us
show.
a rating.
Rate the show.
Give us a rating.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.